Hello, good day. I'm going to discuss and demonstrate the my part. So my name is Gian Luis O. Bautista. Um, yeah, let's start. So here's my file. First, I use this five here. So these IO stream, vector, and C-limit string. These are standard C++ libraries providing essential functionalities for input and output operation. And this one, and this last part, IO manip. So this library is used for formatting output, particularly useful for displaying numerical data in a specific format of or precision. Here, so let's proceed to the code. um, yeah, we have here struct process. So the purpose of this defines a process structure to hold information about each process, including its ID, arrival time, burst time, remaining time, and completion time, turnaround time, and waiting time. So usage, each instance of process will store details of a single process which will be used throughout the scheduling algorithm. So here, let's proceed. So I already explained this part. So let's proceed in here. So I use here find completion time. So the purpose of these functions stimulate the SRTF scheduling algorithm to determine the completion turnaround time and waiting time for each process. So it takes vector of process structure and processes here. This one. So and then the number of process, which is n, and is as input, and it modifies each process to store its completion, turnaround, and waiting time. So here, let's proceed to um, this part. Here, I think we're going to divide this for section or sector. For the first section or sector, here time keeps track. So we have here na initialization. So time keeps track of current time unit. Then we have complete here. Counts the number of processes that have completed execution. The next one is mean remaining time and tracks the shortest remaining time among the processes. Though we have the shortest, stores the index of process with the shortest remaining time. So, and then we have here bool found equals false. Excuse me. Yeah, it indicates if suitable process to execute has been found. So the next section or sector is main loop, or here while complete, yeah, which is our main loop. So it continues until all process have completed execution. So for the third one, yeah, here. Um, Here. The for loop iterates through all process to find the one with the shortest remaining time. So here, mm, oh, shit. And then that arrives, which is here, and still needs CPU time remaining. Oh, yeah, that's it. The next one is executing the shortest process. So uh, if a suitable process is found, which is here, this is, yeah, here, yeah, this one. Yeah, its remaining time is decremented here, the this one, yeah, decremented. And then if the process completes, mm, which is remaining time, where zero here. So this one, updates is completion time, calculate its around time and waiting time. So the last one is time, increment time to move to the next to the next time unit. So the purpose of for the section, each section is first, we have here, um, the setup, variables to keep track of time and process states. So the next one is here, finding process. Research for process with shortest time remaining that is ready to execute. So execution, execute the shortest process found, updates its states when it's complete. So the last one is time progression, moves times forward to stimulate process execution in decreased time units. And in addition to this, this implementation of SRTF scheduling algorithm in C++ effectively stimulates how processes are scheduled and executed on a CPU. And that's it on my part. So the next reporter or going to explain the this int main is Jerome Paulo. And thank you.
In this part of the program, in main string organization name, cout enter the name of your organization, line organization name, int and cout enter the number of the process. The program asking the user to input how many process, how many processes, then for in, this is for loop array, enter arrival time per process. One, kung dito, nagtatanong si program sa user kung anong oras dadating yung process 1, process 2, process 3, process 4, process 5. Then, dito, enter burst time for process 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Dito, enter burst time for process is nagtatanong si program kung ilang seconds ipaprocess yung application or yung iraran mo. Then, dito sa baba is yung mga formula o solution sa or yung mga solution. Then, dito sa output or example natin, enter the name of your organization running application, enter the number of process, 5 process, enter the arrival time for process 1 na 0, enter the burst time for process 1, burst time for process 1 is 6, or enter arrival time for process 2, 3 seconds, enter the burst time for process 2, 2 seconds, enter the arrival time for process 3, 4 seconds, enter the burst time for process 6, 3, 2 seconds, enter the arrival time for process 4, 6 seconds, enter the burst time for process 4, 1 seconds, enter arrival time for process 5, 7 seconds, enter the burst time for process 4, 5, which is 4 seconds. Um, process ID 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Dahil, hanggang 5 lang kasi dahil yung number of process na nilagay natin is 5 lang. Arrival time for process 1 is 0. Burst time is 6. Completion time is 11 seconds. Um, process 2 is 3 seconds. Arrival time is 3 seconds. Burst time is 2 seconds. Process 3, arrival time is 4 seconds. And burst time or process time is 2 seconds. And process 4, arrival time is 6 seconds and burst time is 1 second. Um, Process 5 is arrival time is 7 seconds. Then burst time is 4 seconds. Itong program na to ay shortest remaining time first. Kaya sa process ID 1 is arrival time is 0 seconds. Ang burst time niya is 3 seconds. Na habang nagpa-process siya, pagdating ng 3 seconds, dumating si process 2 na may burst time na 2 seconds dahil mas mababa yung burst time niya kaysa kay process 1 na may 3 seconds pa na remaining burst time. Mas naunang na-process si process 2 kaysa kay process 1 kasi dahil mas mababa yung kanyang burst time. Then habang pina-process si process 2, dumating dumating si process 3 sa 4 second nag 4 seconds na may 2 seconds burst time ng process 3 is mas mababa kaysa kay process 1 na may 3 seconds burst time pa. Mas mauunang ma-process si process 3 kaysa kay process 1. Then habang pina-process si process 3, dumating si process 4 sa 4 ng 6 seconds na may burst time na 1 second na mas mababa kaysa kay process 1 na may remaining 3 seconds. Kaya mas naunang ma-process si 4 seconds kaya natapos siya ng 8 seconds. Then si 5 process 5 is dumating ng 7 seconds na may burst time na 4 seconds na mas mataas kaysa kay process 1. Kaya mas naunang natapos si process 1. Kaya ang naging completion time niya is 11 seconds. Then pagkatapos niyang ma-process si process 1 ay na-process na si process 5 na may burst time na 4 seconds. Then yun po. Um, ang ating completion time is 11 seconds dahil mas naunang ma-process si process 1 ay process 2 kaysa kay process 1 dahil mas mababa yung kanyang um, dahil siya yung shortest remaining time first. Then ganun din sa process 3 and process 4. Kaya mas kaya 11 seconds na natapos ma-process si process 1. Then pagkatapos ma-process ni process 1 is si process 5 naman is 15 seconds na natapos dahil siya yung pinaka may mataas na remaining time. Then our turnaround time for process 1 is 11 seconds dahil 11 seconds siya bago process bago natapos. Then si process 2 seconds dahil 2 seconds lang ang seconds bago siya natapos. 3 seconds para kay versus 3 and process 4 is 2 seconds and process 5 is 8 seconds. Then waiting time is 5 seconds dahil nag-antay ng mas matagal si process 1 bago matapos siyang ma-process. Then si process 2 is hindi na nag-antay and process 3 1 seconds, process 4 is 4 seconds and process 5 is 4 seconds lang nag-antay. Yun po. And our average turnover time is 5.220. Then average waiting time is 2.20. Yun po. Ayun po yung explanation or kung paano nag-process yung shortest remaining time first. Thank you.